John Rambo presents the show, free and optional and live streaming entertainment.
Do it, Jonathan.
In the pouring rain, in the blinding snow, rising up forever from the wreckage of times gone by. It's the show live. I'm OJ, and here's the man you all want to see, John Rambo.
Do they want to see me, really?
I think so.
Well, you have no choice. Here I am. Ramboja, speak to us. Scream. I want you to scream no matter where you are. Perhaps you're at home. Perhaps you're on the bus. I don't know where you are. So scream out. Take things, throw them on the ground. Break things for us. Break them in the name of Ramboja. So, OJ, it's been a month of live shows, OJ.
Already?
Yes, there's been that many. You believe it?
No.
You can't believe this.
It feels like we only did it like 3 times.
It's been, this will be 4th or something like that.
Holy pants.
It's been fun. You know, some people really like it, some people don't. Some people not digging the live era of shows. Have you heard about this?
I've heard that there are some mixed opinions
there's
on our
there's a revolt going on. Have you heard about this?
Yes.
There's people saying all kinds of things. John Rambo, he sucks. His nose looks like a dick.
What?
His real last name is probably douchebag. And he's probably bald. That's why he wears a hat all the time. And he smells as well. They say I smell. You believe that? Well, it's not quite so bad as that. But so people don't like the live stream, and we do value people's feedback. It's appreciated, I would say, right? You feel that way?
Yes, I think that we do value people's feedback. We always aim to please.
Well, part of the way we got to where we're at now is because based on people's feedback. For the past year, people said, I don't understand what this is. Why can't I see things? So we added a camera, and a lot of people said, like, every week I would get tweets, please go live. So we did go live. So this is where we're at. Based on people's feedback, that's where we got to where we're at. But I will say this, if you don't like it, you know, it's a work in progress, like all things. But if we change things or alter things, it's because we're trying to improve them and make them better, right?
Mm-hmm.
That's our idea behind it. It's not like OJ and I get together and we like have these secret conversations. We're like, how can we ruin the show? How can we take something that we sacrificed a lot for, put a lot of time and finances into? How can we destroy this thing? What should we do?
Aww.
You know? That's not really what we do. That's not really our intention. If we change anything, it's because we're trying to make it better and more entertaining for you. And I think it's important to try different things. You know, we don't have a boss. We're not part of any kind of structured group or anything like that. So we have a lot of creative freedom. And I think that, you know, we should explore it. And that's what we're doing. And I think for now we're going to stick with what we have going on here, you know?
I think it's worth a shot, man.
Yeah, you know, and we're definitely not done tinkering with this whatsoever. You know, things are going to change.
Things are going to change.
As soon as you get used to what we're doing with this now, it'll probably change again, you know?
Once we get comfortable, man.
For me, it's all about, you know, I don't want things to ever be easy and just, you know, slide through things. You know, I want to challenge ourselves. We want to try new things. We want to try to expand things and explore different things. And I guarantee you, like, months from now, the show will be different from what it is now, you know?
Yeah, I mean...
it could be tremendously different.
Yeah, I could say something funny.
Oh, you do that all the time, sir. You are a blessing. You know?
Sorry, well, my options were say something mean or say something mean about myself because I thought it was funny, so I went for that.
Yeah.
Oh, dude, Mickey Mouse's ears could never fit on here if they were going to have Mickey Mouse replace me. That's what I'd say.
So, I just want to say, at the end of the day, we're trying to provide something good. That's our intention. We hope that you stick around, you know. If you don't like it, if you want to jump off the ship, you know, that sucks. But I've been rejected before. I've been dumped before. And I'll get over it, you know. But for everyone else who wants to stay on board, you want to stick with us, you know, we're going to take you someplace good. And all of you will be rewarded with Ramborgian gold for your service. I guarantee you. So
Ramborgian gold having a different chemical composition from actual gold.
So that's that, you know, and it's been also I'll admit it's been up and down with the live stuff. But anytime you try new things, like some stuff's gonna hit, some stuff's gonna miss. And I think we know what kind of works and what kind of doesn't based on doing it, you know.
Yeah, I mean it's tricky.
Like the big thing for me that I'm kind of upset about is the audio quality's definitely dropped compared to what we used to do.
Yeah, I don't know what happened. It's just...
Well, it's a completely different program than what we were using, so that's a main concern for me. But For now, we're sticking with what we're doing. And that could change. Just like all things will eventually change. Everything will change.
Except for the cashier at the bar, because they don't want to give me their quarters for the meter.
What are you talking about?
I was just making a joke about change, as in instead of changes in things becoming different, changes in making change for money.
I thought you were going to make a David Bowie reference. That's what I was expecting.
No. Oh, sorry. Yeah. Someone says I need to work on my posture, so for you, Pathos Eater, I will lean back.
Then we can't hear you. You have to speak into the microphone.
I will hold the microphone on my mighty stomach.
So, OJ, I know that you were watching this thing. You probably TiVoed it. You watched it several times by now. What did you think of the presidential debate? What are your thoughts?
I didn't listen to it. I read some fact checks about it, and
it
looks like the president didn't do a very good job of responding to Mr. Romney's comments.
That's your take on the whole situation.
Well, I didn't listen to it.
I actually watched it on the Xbox.
No, they were broadcasting on the Xbox?
I was at DSP's, and we played Resident Evil 6, which we will talk about today. And we got to the dashboard, and it's like, now on Xbox Live, the presidential debate. So you put it on, and what it was, like, you watch the stream, it's like a stream of it, and they'll ask questions during it that you can use your controller to answer, and they'll show a poll of the results. Yeah, it was kind of bizarre. But after like 10 minutes, they were asking the same questions over and over again.
I wonder if the answers start changing.
No, it was pretty much the same thing. And then eventually the whole thing just crashed. And it stopped working altogether.
Not surprising.
Yes. So that was that. Are you going to vote? Are you voting this year?
Yeah.
You are voting?
Yeah.
Are you looking forward to it? Or are you just kind of like, I'll do it?
I'm going to do it.
You're going to do it.
I'm going to do it.
I think what I'm going to do, I'm going to vote for some random third-party guy. Because I just feel bad for them, Like, why don't they get to be in the debate?
This one guy, from like, I can see him tallying the votes. I got one vote in New York. Who was that man?
So and he'll remember that, and perhaps I'll save his life. Because what if he gets 0 votes and he falls into a deep depression, and then he goes, "I'm going to end it all."
See,
my party, the party of the whale. We got one vote.
What whale would that be, John?
The party of the whale. It's the whale party. I just made up a party. And he gets 0 votes, but this time he gets 1, and then he goes, this man saved my life. But anyway, I always vote for just random people because I think we'd be better off if there was more than 2 choices.
I don't know.
That's my little
as far
statement.
As Moondog's concerned, 2 choices is pretty good.
That is true. Yes, the two Saget choices.
2 choices for Saget, yes. 2 choices for president.
Charles Mooney's coming on the show later. He's giving away a code.
Oh.
So see what I'm doing here? This
Swordfish.
segment kind of has all the little pieces in it. So anyway, so that was the news last night. The presidential debate, which OJ did not watch. He was supposed to report back to us.
What do you mean I was supposed to?
I'm joking. So here's the real story. There's a real story. This is from the news. Okay. The headline of the story, OJ. Batman charged with obstructing police in the U.S. You follow me here? You with me here?
What?
Okay, here we go. This is in Michigan. Police say they arrested a U.S. man after he showed up at a crime scene wearing a Batman outfit, and he would not leave them alone. So basically, they had a crime scene going on. This guy showed up as Batman, and they said he wanted to help us look for the driver. They were looking for someone. They were looking for a driver. And this guy showed up wearing a Batman suit, and he refused to leave. He wanted to help the police. He kept insisting that the police needed his help. And they said he would not clear the scene. We had a canine out there, and he kept screwing up the scent. So apparently this man also smelled terribly.
So the dogs couldn't smell the criminal because this guy smelled so bad.
They were trying to find a criminal. They had dogs looking for this criminal. This guy shows up as Batman. He goes, "I will help you. I am Batman." And he screwed up the entire thing. They had to arrest him because he would not leave. They said, "Please go. I will not. I'm Batman. I must help you." And they go on to say that this same man, he was also arrested last year after police received a report of a man dressed as Batman on the roof of a local business. He was sentenced to 6 months probation, during which he was forbidden to wear costumes. I didn't know you could actually ban people from wearing costumes.
I didn't know you could do that either.
But I just think it's awesome that he was sent this before, and he's like, no, my cause is so just, my dedication to justice means so much that I will go back. And this time I will not just sit on a roof. This time I'll interfere in a crime scene.
Yeah. You know, someone pointed this out. Iron Wolf pointed this out, man. What is he gonna do on Halloween, man?
He's not allowed to wear costumes.
Dude.
There's no conventions for him.
Oh, that stinks, man. No cosplay for that guy.
So the reason I read this out, OJ, do not ever go out in the streets interfering in crime scenes because you will not be allowed to wear costumes anymore. That will be the end of your conventions. It will be the end of Sean's Manhole Punch.
No.
And so do not do this because I know that
I
know that you have this urge to go fight crime. You've spoken to me about this.
Yes.
All right, so that was a pretty cool story.
I can't believe that somebody actually did that.
And if this man is out there, I'd like to have him on the show.
You know, it'd be great if he dressed up as Superman. No one will know who I am. Ha ha.
And dove off a bridge.
Oh. Oh
boy. So as we get started, I want to talk about one thing. I want to plug one thing. Our good friend Andre, he put out an awesome video last weekend, and it was a stop-motion Lego video. That's incredible. I don't know if anyone's seen the Lego cartoon thing that's on Cartoon Network. Probably not. I've seen this for some reason. But he actually made a better thing than that whole deal. It's incredible. It's up at youtube.com/respectthepact, and I recommend everyone go check it out.
Please do. He's a very cool fellow.
Yes.
And he does really good work.
It's amazing work. It's amazing work.
In Project 7, or if you liked his Pac-Man video, seriously.
It's stop motion, and the characters are doing like flips and all these things, and he did all the voices. There's like several different voiceovers they did, like different characters, and he's a talented man. It makes me kind of jealous.
I'm incredibly envious of him.
Yeah, so all I can do is talk about balls and shit and stuff. I mean, I wish I had a little more going for me, but I don't. But check that out. It's youtube.com/respectthepact, and it's awesome.
Go.
OJ, what's going on with you, man? How was your week?
It's okay. A little busy, but it's going all right. I'm just, in the beginning of the end of the time before the convention, so I've been doing a lot of work.
Yeah, OJ's getting ready for New York Comic Con, which is a week and a half away, and he's been going crazy, and he's been going nuts, making these candles. Tell us what kind of candles you have. Where are they?
Well,
describe them.
I made, what describe what part?
Just describe everything.
Okay.
We want to know about the candles, OJ. Come on, man.
They are gel candles, so they're clear, and I put some stuff in them. This time around, I'm gonna have some hearts, and have a flying airship suspended in there, an angry moon plummeting towards the surface.
Do you have anything based on games?
Yeah. Plummeting moon going straight towards the surface.
Just tell us what game it's from.
No Majora's Mask fans. Okay.
Yeah.
I'm making some dice stuff. I haven't gotten any Pac-Man stuff done yet. I got a lot of mushrooms, and maybe even a few fish that are one experience point away from becoming a dragon.
What is that from?
Pokemon. Magikarp, man.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
I see. You should do a candle of Pokemon that's like in mid-transformation. And I assume that's a very painful process. So what you do is you show it, the bones are sticking out of places, and it just has a look of just, horror on its face. What is happening to my body? Almost like a young child going through puberty.
Dude, like
there's hair in places that I never saw before.
What do you think would be the most painful Pokemon evolution to go through?
I think they're all just horribly painful.
I can't imagine one that's like not incredibly. You know
what must have been really painful? You know the Thing from the Fantastic Four?
Becoming that?
When he became Rock, I would imagine that was very painful.
I don't know. I wonder if he's used to
because his inside's a rock as well, right?
Yeah, but he still needs to breathe.
Does he have rock organs?
Well, I can tell you at least one. But no, I seriously don't get how he turns to rock and yet still needs to breathe.
Right.
Oh, but dude, I was reading this, which is pretty funny.
Okay.
I got this in a package of comics, like graphic novels and whatnot.
Mm-hmm.
They sent me this Fantastic Four thing, and it's just ridiculous. Like, it's for kids. It's so silly. Like, there's like a tiny little issue with one shortly resolved story, and it's kind of funny and then it's got all the cutesy Fantastic Four, we're friends thing going on.
You'll have to read it to us, or reading Rambo, eventually.
Oh gosh, and describing the action.
So you know what I did this week?
What did you do this week?
I went to the DMV, which is the most magical place on Earth.
I'm going there tomorrow morning.
Oh, you really?
Yeah.
Wow.
Do
So
continue your story.
I had to get new license plates.
Oy.
So I went there, and, you know, as usual deal, we went on a huge line. The people that come in are, like, shocked there's a line.
Yeah, like
why?
What?
There's always a line.
Hated to come here. Why would anybody be here?
Right, I thought this was my private place. There's always a line. People come in there like, well, this is the line? Some try to cut and all that stuff, you know. But some of them don't understand the rope system, how they have to go inside the ropes to get to the front, you know? And they have to tell them, you have to go in the ropes, sir, you know. But there was this guy, and he was taking, must have been like a driving test, like a written test.
Yeah. And
every once in a while, he would sit there and he would do it. And then all of a sudden, he would just yell, curse out. He would just take
the written test?
He would sit there and he would, like, I was watching him. Everyone started watching him because we were all waiting on line. This guy was, like, right in front of the line. And he's sitting there looking, he would look at the questions for, like, a couple minutes. And then he would just shake the paper and F! Mother A-hole! Son of a B! You know. So after a while, it was kind of like, you know, can I help him with this? You know, I wanted to ask someone. Like, can I assist him with these questions? Like, I felt bad for him in a lot of ways.
Yeah.
Because you know what happens if he fails the test? He's got to go back and wait on the line.
Oh,
that's why he's so mad.
In a couple weeks, right?
That's why he's so mad. He's like, I don't want to come back here. So that was my DMV thing. It was pretty wild.
That stinks, man.
Yeah. The other big thing I did the last couple of days, Resident Evil 6.
Oh, really?
Yes, we beat the co-op campaign.
Is that different from the single player in some way?
There is if you beat all the regular levels, all the regular missions, which you can play in co-op or single player, if you beat all that, it unlocks a new thing for Ada Wong, and that's only single player. But I've not done it.
Friends. I like to play with my friends. So let's give you something single player so your friends can get a life.
But you still have like 20-something hours of co-op you could do, so it's not too bad.
Wow,
but,
yeah, that's pretty good.
Yeah, so like I didn't do the Ada Wong thing. I probably won't do it for like 2 months because I'm pretty burnt on the game right now. Just from playing it for that much. You know? 20-something hour game in 2 days.
Let's play it again, John. Let's play it again.
Well, anyway, Resident Evil. I love Resident Evil. You know, I'm 29, so I remember vividly, if I could say the word, then you can understand what I'm saying. When the original Resident Evil came out, and one of my neighbors got the game, because we're all kids and, you know, our parents wouldn't buy us everything we wanted, but one kid got it. There's always like the one kid that gets all the things.
Yeah.
So every day after school, we would run to his house and we'd play Resident Evil. We'd all take turns. And it was amazing. It was an amazing experience. And I love the series. This game, I really like the game. But it has nothing to do with Resident Evil at all. It has nothing to do with the original 3 Resident Evils. It's completely different. Okay? But it's a good game.
Oh?
If you this all comes down to, like, I think the fun you'll have with this game is how you approach the game. If you have a predetermined idea of what it's supposed to be or what you feel it should be, then you're not going to like the game. But if you approach it, and instead of seeing Resident Evil 6 on the cover, it's just video game the game, right? Then you'll be like, all right, this is a pretty fun game. Because it's really fun. It's long. It's got a lot of content. It's got awesome production. It's got awesome voice acting, and it's excellent. It's got a lot of bad reviews because I think people are, you know, they want it to be something.
It's not Resident Evil enough.
There's nothing to do with Resident Evil at all. That's some of the characters, but that's it. It's got vehicles. It's got all kinds of crazy stuff, but it's really fun for what it is. For what it is, really good. So if I was to make an analogy, I would say it's kind of like you're going on a blind date. Okay, OJ?
Okay.
And you go, I'm going on a blind date. This chick better be blonde-haired, giant cans, okay? And her voice should be very soft. And then you show up at the door, and it's a brunette chick. And you take one look at her, you slam the door in her face, and you walk away.
I wouldn't do that.
This is a hypothetical situation.
Okay.
But meanwhile, if you hung out with the brunette, you would find out that you have a lot of things in common. You're very compatible with each other. And she probably was going to blow you later in the night. And you missed out on all that because you had a predetermined idea of what this is supposed to be. Right? So Resident Evil 6, my review. I'm not going to give it a number score because we don't do that. My review for Resident Evil 6, my score. So Resident Evil 6 is the brunette chick that probably would blow you later in the night. If you gave her a chance to do so.
Huh. It's still just a probably, but I like the metaphor.
Okay, you understand where I'm coming from with this.
Yeah, I think this is a good scientific test. I have to expect a blonde, and then we have to have this awesome brunette show up, and we'll see what happens. I
really like the game. Some of the reviews are crazy, like IGN, right?
Yeah.
We always talk about the number scores. IGN 7.9. What is a 7.6? What does the 7? What does the 7.7 have? What's the 7.7 missing that the 7.9 does have? That's what I'd like to know. Maybe I don't know maybe I don't know enough about video games. Maybe I gotta learn more so I can understand.
But I have to wonder what other games got 7.9s. Like seriously, like
that sounds like one of the scores. Like what I used to do. I would sometimes join Phil for his Hateful Truths, and I would give these scores. I'd be like 8.374, like as a joke. But this is like, are they? Maybe maybe it was serious all along because they're actually doing that too, or maybe they stole my bit. I don't know.
There's just no way to sum up like. How many people do book reviews? Like, I guess people do. Do people do a lot of book reviews with number systems too?
I don't know.
It's like seriously, like, I give A Tale of Two Cities 3.5 out of 8.
I don't think. I don't know. I was thinking about something. You know how that like for sporting events and like sports, right? You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
Sports.
Yeah.
They'll have like the former like good players come in to like talk about the sport, like they'll become commentators, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, I can't run around on the field anymore, so let's do this instead. They get to
right, but they'll because they're experts on the things. Okay. How come like former game developers and people that like were successful in the game industry don't become reviewers?
That's a really good point.
Because if you had a guy and he's like, I made these games, and they're all like amazing games, like that's someone I'd like to listen to about
like
what games are good and stuff.
I understand what goes into making this. I understand how to make a good game. I understand how to play a game. But I mean, the problem is, I do think that they'd probably, it's rough. I wonder if they'd give them higher scores because they know what it took to make that. Like, I read a book. I won't say what the book is because just in case I say too much, but the gist of it was they made this game that was the most detailed game ever, that it basically became sentient and self-aware, and that eventually people got to review it. And I have to wonder, like, if you wrote something that became self-aware, I think that I don't know, could you give something a good score for being a technological masterpiece, even if it's not fun? It's a game.
That's also part of it. I mean, this is a game that you play for fun. It's not a competitive game.
Yeah.
Like, you're not gonna be like, here, let's go, Resident Evil tournament.
Like
the whole point of it is just to enjoy the game.
Yeah.
And it's enjoyable.
Yeah. I mean, what if they had like, what's a good example? I don't know. When Red Faction 1 came out, that was pretty good. I mean, it was all right. And you got to blow stuff up and that, a lot of destruction and stuff. That's pretty new. That was pretty new on there. Like, should they have given it a higher score for being innovative is what I'm getting for. Even if, like, let's say hypothetically it wasn't that fun.
Right. Well, I gave my score, and I think it was the greatest score a game ever got.
The fact that you deigned to talk about it gives it a good score.
Exactly. I saw a couple movies.
Oh, I saw a movie too.
Did you?
Nothing new. Nothing new.
Okay, well, yeah, you'll have your opportunity. I'm going to the movies, and you watch the trailers, right? And there's like, why is there so many movies about kids getting possessed?
Another one?
There's like 100 of them, dude. There was like 75 of these movies that they showed trailers for. Is this like an epidemic? Is this something that's going on? Are kids becoming possessed out there? Do I need to be weary when I go outside?
I think people are looking for excuses to not have to take responsibility for their children. And now it's hitting movies, too.
The kids become possessed, and they kill the family. Yeah, it goes back to like poltergeist stuff, right?
Excuse me.
Well, that was one observation.
And The Exorcist.
Yeah, The Exorcist. Okay, that's the one I was more thinking of. And they showed the new Lincoln trailer. Did you see this?
I have been avoiding all trailers for Lincoln.
You don't watch because you're excited about Lincoln.
I'm
not. I refuse to see Lincoln.
I'm
upset about the Lincoln movie.
That's a little bit why I'm not seeing the trailers.
And I'm boycotting the Lincoln movie because there's only one Lincoln out there, and his name is Ed fucking Trotta.
Bam.
And it should have been Lincoln. That's not right. Who's this guy that got Daniel Day? Who?
I don't know. Michael Day. I don't know who the guy is.
He's Daniel Day-Lewis playing Lincoln?
Yes.
He's no Ed Trotta, okay.
He is not.
So, I'll not see Lincoln, I refuse. But it does look pretty awesome.
If it doesn't have a hatchet, I'm not.
And I probably will see it. But I won't like it. I will be very upset while I'm watching it and enjoying it.
If that is what it takes, sir, then you must.
So the movie I saw was Dredd 3D.
Oh? And what would you say about Dredd 3D?
Did you see the original Judge Dredd with
yes.
Stallone? You did.
All I remember is that the nerd hid in the food vat robot spaghetti thing.
Yeah. The nerd, was it the Mickey Copies guy? The guy that you know?
That I know?
You got his autograph.
Wait, what?
The guy you get.
Oh, wait, that was Rob Schneider?
Rob Schneider's in there.
Holy shnikes, he was in Judge Dredd? I
Yeah.
forgot.
You met him, right? Didn't you meet?
Yeah, I think I have his autograph, like, right here. I think I can reach it.
OJ's got this autograph, and he always tells me, shows this to me when I come over. I don't know why. You know I got Rob Schneider's autograph, don't you?
Yeah, Michael Madsen, too. Same day.
Okay, yeah, so, but anyway, this was a hell of a lot better than that movie. And
I had heard.
It's like the most basic storyline ever, but it really works. It starts out and they go, Earth has been completely destroyed. It's a barren wasteland. Only the judges can protect people. And then Judge Dredd is there, and he wears a mask. He never takes the mask off. You never learn anything about who he is, his backstory, nothing. You just know he's a judge in the barren wasteland. And then what happens is kind of like an Arkham City storyline almost, where he goes somewhere and he gets trapped inside by the criminal organization. He's like alone, and he just proceeds to just blow the shit out of everyone in there. And it really works. It's like such a small story that it's always like almost nice to see, because I think a lot of times they're trying to make these huge movies.
Like, it's a movie about a dude whose judge, jury, and execution are running around shooting people. We must make it the deepest movie ever. We must have 12,000 plot elements, 1,500 characters, and 17 twists.
Iron Wolf in the chat right now he's very funny. Judge Dredd versus Judge Judy. That's what he says. Very good stuff.
Oh man! Oh, by the way.
Yeah.
Found it.
What'd you find? The autograph?
Yeah, right here.
Okay.
Waiting for it to show up on the screen.
Yeah, we see it. Okay, excellent.
And while I'm in there, Michael Madsen. Yeah.
Excellent.
All right.
So anyway, just it's a complete slaughterhouse movie. Just destroys everyone. And yeah, like just keeping it small really works, because I think, if someone else worked in this movie, it'd be like, all right, now Judge Dredd, he goes to the moon, and then he has to stop a nuke from hitting something, like which was the ending to every movie last summer,
Oh gosh, yeah.
Well, yeah, I mean, it wasn't anything amazing, but it was very, very good. And then I'm leaving the theater, and you leave the theater and you're in like a hallway, And I don't recommend anyone do this. You know, kids out there, do not do this. But I'm walking through and like Looper's playing like right next door at the same time I was leaving, so I just went right into Looper. I want anyone to just find out anyone's doing this like I did, okay? Do as I say, not as I do. So then I saw the movie Looper, and that was really cool. It's got that guy that's in everything now. Maybe someone in the chat can help me out with the name. No, it's a guy from Through Rock of the Sun. He's in Inception.
Yeah, it's a J name. It's a J something something.
Yeah, he was in Batman. He was in like several. He was like 3
Joseph
movies.
Gordon-Levitt. Thank you.
Yeah, there you go.
Liam.
Yeah, Joseph Gordon-Levitt. And he's in like every movie. He was in Batman. He was in the one with the bike.
Thanks, Mooney.
And he was, and now he's in this. There's like 3 big movies in a row. And I'm watching that, and I'm like, I started thinking about Judge Dredd, and I'm like, who played Judge Dredd? I was trying to think about it, and then I'm like, you know what? Since he's in everything, maybe that was Gordon-Levitt as Judge Dredd.
Dude, with a chin like that?
I don't think it was, but that's what was going through my head during the Looper movie. I was like, maybe that was him because he's in everything. And he's a really good actor, man. Yeah, I like him a lot. You know, I'm not complaining.
Oh, yeah, he's
really
come
good.
a long way since that show. I mean, he was hilarious on the show.
Yeah, yeah. What happened to the other guy from that show? Wasn't he French Stewart?
He was Inspector Gadget and Inspector Gadget 2.
Okay, well, that was the end of him, I guess.
The guy who played the dad was in a bunch of stuff before and after, but I think that guy's a legit actor.
Oh, Lithgow? No, Lithgow goes way back. Don't.
That guy's the man.
Come on. Have respect for Lithgow.
What the frill did I just say? I
We're
called him
gonna-
a legit effing actor.
We're gonna have him on here someday. But so the Looper movie is really cool. I don't want to give any of the storyline. I don't know if people want to see it because it's kind of like post summer blockbuster time. People are busy now and stuff. But I thought it was like really surprising. I was like, wow, this is a really good movie. And at the end, you had like the suspense of like, I don't know what's gonna happen here. And it's kind of like it's all about time travel, and time travel movies never really make sense. It's like impossible.
No.
Because you're like, well, this guy dies, so how could he come back then? And you know, like
Yeah, it just doesn't make sense.
It never works. It never does. What they kind of try to do in the movie, they're like, yeah, we don't understand how it works, but it does. You know, like we don't understand how it works, but you know. Well, that was a really cool movie, and Bruce Willis has a classic Bruce Willis scene where he just goes on a rampage. And I was like, yeah, yippee-ki-yay, everybody. I was real happy about that. So.
Well, I'm glad that they're both. Those are 2 movies I really want to see, though. I can only hope that they're still in theaters, like, in 2 weeks.
I would definitely watch both of them. I don't know if you want to go to the theater, but definitely, like, rent them or something.
I don't know. I want to go.
One final thing I want to talk about, and I'll turn this over to you, and you got some stuff you want to talk about.
Yeah.
The new Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles show. Oh, I'm sorry. Nickelodeon's Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. That's what it's called. Did you get to see it?
No, I just saw like the art.
It was on like several times, so I wanted to see it so I could talk about it. So I made sure I watched it at 11 a.m. on Saturday. And then what happened was that they played 100 times after that anyway, so I was like, I didn't even need to do that. But I thought like the animation's cool. It almost reminds me of like Little Big Planet.
Weird.
It's not drawn. But it's not, 3D. It's like I guess it is 3D, but it's stylized so much that it almost looks like they're fabric-y or something.
Weird.
I thought it was cool. Again, you don't
decent?
want to do the same thing over and over again. Like
It was decent.
It's very good for kids. I think it's good for kids. I think kids are gonna get into it. Like April's like a kid. She's like 15.
What?
Yeah, it's for kids, man, and I think that's good because I liked it when I was a kid, and I think that also if it does really well, it seems like they're behind it, which is important. That the Turtles will live on for another generation, which was what I want because I feel like every generation should have a Turtle show.
I think it should continue on, if for nothing else than to get people wondering, who was Michelangelo the painter?
Yeah, I mean, I probably won't watch it anymore. It's it's for kids, but I have cousins. I've told them to watch it, and some of the storyline stuff. They're doing the thing where Splinter was a human.
Yeah, and then he got turned into a rat.
Then he got turned into a rat. But the movie, he was a rat.
And in the original comics?
I think he was always a human, and also in the original show, right?
I think so. I don't
The
remember.
80s show, yeah. But yeah, I thought that was weird in the movie because remember they showed, Splinter told his story, and it was basically like Shredder fighting his master.
Yeah,
right?
he was watching.
And he was just a rat in a cage, And he's like, he even says this.
Spineless Rage.
I was mimicking his movements in my cage, and they show him doing karate.
Karate.
And it's kind of like, that's kind of weird.
Well, I got 2 words for you. The biggest question about this show.
Yeah.
Casey Jones?
He's not in it yet. What they did was kind of interesting. They're definitely like the people working on it definitely know the story, like the different turtle stuff, and they kind of tried to mess with it a little bit, in a good way. Like when they come out of the sewer for the first time, they get beat up
Seriously?
because they're not good enough yet.
That's awesome.
I thought that was a cool spin. Like what
Are they
because
doing like a Nickelodeon like Avatar style thing where there's an actual effing plot?
yeah, there's a plot. So
Like,
they
no,
come
like
out
ongoing-
they come out of the sewer and they find these robots, and these robots just destroy them. They can't fight. They suck. They get beat up. They have to run away.
Yeah.
And these robots turn out to be they're called the Krangs, and each one of them have a Krang inside of them.
What?
So Krang is like a race of aliens.
What?
Yes. And they did some cool origin stuff, like they find a pizza and they don't know what it is. Which is like, because we know that they love pizza, but we never got to see them have it for the first time, so that was a nice little touch.
That must just be a really cool moment.
Yeah, I think I was like, I would do that if I wrote that.
Dude.
Because it's such a big part of the character. They love pizza, so why not show them have pizza for the first time?
Oh, man, now I want pizza.
So yeah, I thought the show was good. I probably won't watch it anymore. It's a little too on the kid's side. But you know, if you got like a brother or sister or like a cousin or something, I'd definitely tell them to watch it. I think the turtles are. It seems like the turtles are in good hands, and I'm happy with that.
I'm glad. I am glad.
Right. Oh, Jay, I know you got some stuff you want to talk about.
Yeah.
Some controversial topics.
Well, going back to the whole watched thing.
Yeah.
You ever watch an awkward movie with your family?
Like a porn?
No.
What kind of a
It
movie?
being rated R for things.
What are you talking about?
So I was at my cousin's house, and we wanted to rent a movie to watch while we were eating dinner. And we had just spent the whole day cleaning out my grandma's house, so we got pizza and we rented a movie from on demand, not actually from a movie store. Yeah. And my cousin was all about this one movie called Wanderlust. Excuse me, I burped. And I had never heard of this film, and it had Paul Rudd and Jennifer Aniston. And I didn't have much expectations for this movie. It was a lot funnier than I had expected, except it's a little weird watching a movie where basically the main characters end up in a hippie commune with nudists and copious amounts of drug usage. So we're just sitting there with my family like, yeah, naked. Nah.
So who was watching? The parents?
My mom, my dad, my aunt, my uncle, and my cousin.
Did they try to cover your eyes? They go
No,
OJ.
I mean, it was pretty.
Did they call you? Did they call you John or?
Like,
Did they call you John or did they call you OJ?
they call me John or Johnny.
Did they say you have OJ? You have to come on. You have to leave the room. This is not for you.
No, I mean they just acted. I mean it was like nothing happened, but like it was weird. Like I think that my parents don't feel weird watching movies with me anymore. Like, oh my gosh, you can't let John see this. Yeah, I'm.
Wait. Do you have like a storyline from you? Or a storyline? Do you have a story from when you were a kid and like something like that happened where you were seeing something that maybe?
Not especially though. I did not realize how much craziness was going to be in the 40-Year-Old Virgin because I watched that like at my parents' house with my dad, and that was really awkward because that was years ago.
Yeah.
It was really funny, but just kind of, what? But anyway, in short, I thought it was a funny movie. Get a chance to see it for free, like on Netflix or something. It's worth the watch. Not the greatest, but it has its moments.
Okay.
If you like Paul Rudd and Judd Apatow style movies, I think that's where I'd put it a little bit, but not, as good as like anything like, Superbad or whatever. But I did want to talk about somewhere I went, not last weekend, but the weekend before.
Oh.
In my travels around New York City, I decided to go hit up the Museum of Modern Art because I'd never been there except for maybe when I was a little kid. I don't remember it. And I wanted to see what sort of crazy nonsense they had there. My friends went there and they're like, it's nothing but genitalia. Don't bother. Like, okay. And
How would that even work? Like just like pictures, paintings of it?
I don't know. Apparently
Carvings?
sculpture too was what they saw.
Okay.
But I got there, and apparently where they went was the top floor. But that rotates. And I went to the top floor this time, and I got to tell you, it kicked butt.
Really? I never went.
They had the display they have up there right now. I don't know if they still have it. I mean, it's only been 2 weeks, but it's about kids growing up. The toys they use all over, over the country, over the past 40 to 60 years across the world. And first of all, there's a giant table and chair set. So basically you could sit up there and it would be like proportioned somewhat as if you were like a small child. Huge. But it starts off fairly normally. Just like, oh, look, here's a desk from a World War II classroom. Here's a pamphlet. Here's children's games and learning tools. You move on, though. And you see some more weird stuff. Okay, some homemade toys, blah, 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 weird furniture. Nazi child propaganda board games.
What?
Yeah.
What?
Yeah.
All right, tell me about this. Because I might be interested in getting one of these, maybe. Tell me about them.
Well, one of them was Italian. I think it was either Italian or German.
Okay.
And it was about taking over Africa. And you got points in the game for knowing knowledge about Africa and African history, and then you had to conquer the continent.
So this is an actual game?
An actual propaganda board game.
Did you kind of want the game? Come on, you can tell me yesterday.
I don't know.
Just for collector's sake. You wanted to play it though, didn't you?
Great collector's item, but kind of
You wanted to play
creepy.
it. You wanted to play it.
There was another Nazi game. This one was nuts.
Okay. Yes.
It basically had, I think, Churchill, Roosevelt, and a couple other world leaders basically as turkeys going to the slaughter. You basically move them around the board to the center where they die.
So it was a game you kill the president's game.
Kind of. They also had Russian communist propaganda.
Did everything have to do with the killing of people during that time? Didn't they maybe just, let's leave our work at work and all have our personal time away from the killings? It had to all be together. All right.
No, they had to do it, man.
Okay, I'm just asking.
It was bad, man. You'd think the kids would, get a break. I mean, there was stuff from the Hitler Youth because they got rid of all the other youth groups except for the Hitler Youth during that time period, and there was stuff from Italy, stuff from the UK, all sorts of crazy stuff. But then I go around and there's space age stuff like space toys, the future.
Okay.
And then I turned a corner. I turned around the corner, and against the wall, on a projector screen, was Pee Wee Herman.
Doing what?
They were playing Pee Wee's Playhouse.
You made it sound like it was him, like tied to the wall.
No.
Turned around the corner, and on the wall was Pee Wee Herman's blood smeared all over it.
No. It was Pee Wee Herman.
Yeah.
Doing Pee Wee's Playhouse.
How's this like? Let me stop you for a second. How is this art though? Isn't this just like let's take things and just throw them in a room?
What children grew up on.
Yeah, but if let's say like I just keep all my things in a box, and 50 years from now I can open a museum and go, here's things, and here's an art piece. Here's art. Everyone.
Dude, I'll tell you some of the art when we get to the lower set floor here.
Okay.
But it gets better because not only do they have it on the projector, they have the talking map of the U.S., the talking globe, and like some of the furniture just there, not moving, kind of creepy. But then I looked to my left, and on 3 monitors, SimCity, Katamari Damacy, and Tetris.
Wow, that's cool. So Katamari's art.
Yeah, it's art and something that expands the minds of children.
Okay, I see that.
It was awesome. Just the fact they were recognizing that stuff. Come on, you got SimCity. It was so cool. And then, I looked at it for a while. I was on loop, but like, they had like 5 different versions of Tetris on there. But the sad thing was, then I went to some of the lower floors. It was cool, except for a couple of weird things, like
A couple
seriously, some of
phalluses.
the art. No,
And then at the bottom level were Nazi phalluses.
no, man, but it's like I painted a square, and you know what? I think that the explanation for the square is awesome, but you painted a square.
Yeah.
I understand what you're trying to get across here, but I don't know. I mean, it was a museum of modern art. I mean, what are you gonna do? One last thing.
Okay.
My favorite exhibit down there. There was one piece of art, and what it was this big blank wall, and on that wall were the words, "A wall perforated by a single airsoft BB shot." And then you read the description, but there's nothing in the wall. There's nothing in the wall. It's just the words.
Yes.
In the description, that art can be done anywhere. You just either shoot a wall with a BB gun once, and that's the piece, or you put the words on there, but not both. And I just thought that was kind of cool, because like you have the words describing what it is, but not what it actually is, or you have what it actually is, but not what you're just, but nothing describing it. And I thought that was pretty cool.
Yeah.
I thought that was cool, and I'm going now.
Good. I really enjoyed OJ. Thank you very much for sharing. I actually never went to the art museum. I go to modern history a lot. That's the one I like to go to.
Oh, the Natural History Museum?
Yes.
Oh, yeah, that one's awesome.
I like it a lot. They always kind of make you feel bad because I think you could kind of get in for very cheap. Like it's weird because you have to pay. They say you don't have to pay, right? You know what I'm talking about, right?
Yeah, it's a suggested donation.
It's a suggested donation, but you do have to pay to get in.
No, you don't.
I don't think you can go for free. You have to pay a certain amount.
My friends paid like $1 each.
That's not
I
right.
felt kind of bad.
Yeah. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. You go and like, okay, you don't have to pay, but then they make you feel so bad. They talk to you about, oh, the museum is ready to collapse. The floors are terrible. Please give us, and you wind up giving them like $100. And then you just, why did I do that? Maybe that's what happened to me.
I don't know. I feel bad. Like I was listening to NPR and they're doing one of their membership drives.
Yeah.
And I love the station, but they're saying, oh, join our CD of the month club and we'll send you a CD courtesy of us, and then one extra CD at the end of the year. I'm like, that sounds pretty cool. Maybe I'll give that a shot. It's only $700.
All right. Yeah.
So, that's 13 CDs for $700. I mean,
we're gonna have to go to several museums, and then we'll start reviewing museums.
but not with a number score.
Museum tours. All right, we're gonna do now. We're gonna have Charles Mooney come in. He's got a code for us that he wants to give out. I'm not even sure what exactly the code is for, but it's for everyone listening can get something for free. So I think that sounds pretty good.
And that was $53 per CD.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I have to move to the other thing, which I can't find.
Dang it. That's that one.
Mr. Mooney,
What's going on?
how you doing, buddy?
Oh, not too bad.
Are you ready for Comic-Con, sir?
I am. Looking forward to it.
I don't know if I'm going yet. OJ's definitely going. He's going to be there every day. And he has a ticket that I could have, I guess. He told me he's such a nice guy. But I don't know if I'm going to go or not. But OJ will be there. So you guys should call some mayhem together if I don't make it.
Sounds like a plan.
So what is this code you have, sir?
I have a code for Resident Evil 4 on PlayStation Network.
Okay, that's awesome, man. So you're gonna give this out to everybody.
Nice.
It's very nice of you.
Yep. So the code is C8T2M3NHJKHD.
You want to say it one more time, if you don't mind?
Yep. C8T2M3NHJKHD.
Awesome. Someone out there, lucky Rambosian member, now has Resident Evil 4 on the PS3, courtesy of Charles Mooney. One of the greatest men that I have ever spoken to. I don't mind saying that.
You, sir.
Thank you.
Charles, do you want to touch upon your endeavors with the guy from Disturbed and the guy from Dancing with the Stars, quickly?
Sure. I'm not sure if anyone had a chance to see it, but on my section on the site, I had another run-in with David Draymond from Disturbed.
Oh, no.
It was last week, the one night my wife was making me watch Dancing with the Stars with. Well, she didn't make me watch, but you know, you got to do things to keep the woman happy sometimes.
I never do that. But go ahead.
So I was watching that, and I'm like, how funny would it be to try and get David Draymond from Disturbed on the show? You know,
Oh man.
dancing around, and so I tweet him the next day, and I said to him, you know, if they approached you, would you ever go on the show? And he says, hell no.
Right.
And then I went back to him and I said, come on, man, Master P's been on there, you know, it'd be fun as hell.
Right.
And I said, what if your wife told you it would mean the world to her if you went on there? And he said she already has, but he's just hoping they don't ask. So I was like, well, I can help with that. And then I copied in Tom Bergeron, the host from Dancing with the Stars, and I copied in David Draymond's wife, who I guess she used to be a WWE diva, I guess.
Yeah, for like 10 minutes.
Yeah. But anyway, I copied those two, and I said, Tom, David's wife really wants him to be on your show as a contestant. Make it happen. And but it went on for a little bit. But if you guys want to check it out, the whole conversation's on the site. But it was pretty funny.
Yeah, we got the conversation up, StayBallsy.com, in the network section. You have the whole conversation. That was pretty funny, man. So the trolling continues. Charles Mooney, you are a professional at this. You should be paid for it. In the future, probably trolls will be paid. You know.
We'll call it their rightful due as tolls.
Well, if you think about it, right? Okay, trolls have a purpose. They cause arguments on videos and other things that cause people to keep going back and arguing with them. And, you know, in a sense, pushing the amount of views something gets. So trolls have a positive effect on things. Do you agree with this? I'm in the dark on this. I'm alone on this one. All right. Charles, we thank you, sir. Maybe we'll see you at Comic-Con.
Sounds good.
All right, buddy. Thank you.
All right. Thank you very much.
Bye.
Free stuff.
All right. OJ, want to do some comments or what's up?
All right, I can do some comments today.
Okay, let's do some comments today. Go ahead.
Our first comment comes from Doomsday FV Gaming. Oh man, I think I'm supposed to wrap this one.
You're supposed to wrap it.
All right. Hold on a second. Yo, I'm spit it for the Rambo crew. You don't like us, well, we like you. You can taste the sweet pulp every effing day on the show. Don't sit around and don't do nothing at home. Turn your PC on and watch the show. P.S. I wrote this in like 5 seconds. Rambo OJ, #1.
That was quite excellent. You wrote that in 5 minutes. 5 seconds. I thought it was five seconds.
FV.
Wouldn't it take more than 5 seconds to write that? What? Like maybe. I wonder how long it actually took him.
It sounds like 5. I don't know, man. It sounded pretty good for 5 seconds.
That's better than we could do.
Yeah.
Have you ever tried to? Did you ever want to be a rapper in your life?
Did I ever want to be a rapper? No, but
You never had a dream that you were a rapper? Come on, everyone has done that.
I've never dreamt that I was a rapper, but I mean, I don't know if I could freestyle.
But you would do it.
Tough.
You wouldn't. You never dreamed of being a rapper, but if an offer came, you would probably take the offer and get a label and all that.
You want to pay me cash? We'll see how long it can last. Making really stupid rhymes all the stupid effing time. I can't rap, so we'll stop.
That was excellent.
That was terrible. Anyway.
Yes.
So our next comment is, can I hire Ron Jambo to sing for my cat's birthday? Round Power Ranger 66.
Ron Jambo is a coward. He's beneath us. He will not be spoken of again. He probably would do it because he's desperate for money. He's a pathetic individual that is broke. And I heard he goes to these open mic shows. He performs for like 20 people. It's very sad. And we tried to put him out of his misery, but he keeps coming back. And quite frankly, I think OJ maybe is in cahoots with him.
I don't.
Because when you choke someone, you're not supposed to let go for like a good 20 minutes afterwards. You make sure they're done. You just hold it. We've been through this.
My
I trained
hands
you.
were tired.
I trained you in this.
I can't risk damaging my precious hands.
All right. Well, you know, he's back, so maybe we'll find him. Maybe we'll attack him at one of these open mics. I heard he's all over the place. We'll wait for him and we'll just attack him. We'll go up on stage and beat him up. That'd be so great.
I think it was part of the act.
I just got a really good idea for something to do in the future.
Okay,
which I'm gonna write down. I'm gonna write this down. This is gonna be great, and this will happen, and people will think it's very funny.
Okay.
Okay.
But we have a comment from Sir Lionheart.
Yes.
I still don't understand the term turn heel. I demand an explanation.
If you want to know what turn heel means, just watch the show the last couple weeks and just follow the actions of OJ.
I'm not turning heel.
You know what I was thinking about? Maybe I think that you and me are both heels, and maybe you turn face.
What?
And I'm actually the heel all along.
How is that even remotely possible?
Do you think we were both heels?
No, you're the hero, man.
I'm the hero? If I'm the hero, we're all in trouble.
If anything, I'm the sidekick, dude.
We should do a show where I could be the sidekick. I want to be the sidekick. The hour of Pulp. The Pulp hour. I'll say like 2 words. I'll just stand behind you. Like 30 feet behind you. And then like, once in a while I'll just say, yes, you are correct, OJ. We could do that. For your channel.
Oh gosh.
Do you want to do it?
Inverted show.
Yeah, you want to do that?
That would be pretty funny, actually.
Okay.
You heard it here first.
Yes.
All right. So. Okay.
So anyway, if you want to know, a heel in the wrestling world is a bad guy. Did you know that, John?
Yeah.
Okay. It goes way back to the olden days, and a face is the baby face is the good guy. And I don't know why we didn't even come up with this. This was all from the chat. These guys came up as I started saying OJ's gonna turn heel tonight. They tried to warn me.
I don't even know what I did.
How did the people in the chat know? You guys in the chat, how did you know? How did you guys know that OJ was gonna turn?
I didn't turn heel. They weren't warning you of anything. If anything, they're trying to make it into a self-fulfilling prophecy.
Okay. All right, right on. Let's continue here.
Okay. This comment is from Band E Productions 1.
Yes.
I was watching the season's beating stream for Super Turbo, and Dante said he wants Rambo to come back so they can start up Don't Blow This again. So do it, Rambo! I miss not blowing it. Because now, all I do is blow things.
Yeah, that was cool. A couple people told me about that. I haven't talked to Don in a long time, and that was cool that he shouted me out or whatever. He actually sent me a text message recently, which I have not gotten back to him yet, which I should do. But yeah, I'm pretty much done. I mean, I put so much time into that stuff that I probably could have been like a brain surgeon. Probably not. But yeah, I had a really good time doing that stuff. I don't know if I'll ever go back to it. Honestly, it's just wouldn't be responsible for my well-being. Being that I'm almost 30, I'm 29, and there's a couple things I'd like to have as I get older, like a nice house and some other things like a cup of soup and something to drink it out of.
Thinking soup.
Yes.
Dude.
So I mean, if I'm gonna take a lot of time put into that, it's gonna cause some problems. So that's something that's sad. As you get older, like sometimes you have to be responsible for yourself and things. So pretty much all my free time goes into the videos and things like that. So I could not do the things I'm supposed to do and play games instead, but that would be real bad. I'd be moving in with OJ, and he doesn't want me there because I wouldn't be able to pay him any rent.
Allow anyone to live here.
Yes.
Nobody can share my residence unless they meet the tests.
Right. So my advice is enjoy things while they're there, like while you have them, enjoy them. Because like we talked about in the beginning of the show, things change.
It's the one constant.
Right. So when you're in a moment, you're in somewhere, you're at some place, you try to enjoy it the most you can.
Yeah.
It's all a big hourglass. and it's slipping away. So just have a good time.
Yeah, I mean, what else can you do?
And don't sit around being mad.
Much about it.
Don't
Just
be mad
don't let it
about.
go to waste.
Don't ever sit around being mad about shit or bitter about shit and
Yeah,
you know,
just
jealous
have
of
fun.
people or hateful or anything like that because it's just a waste of your own time, really.
Do what makes you feel good, whatever that may be, as long as it doesn't hurt anybody else.
Well, some people I think it makes them feel good to be like just to do horrible things, but maybe if they did something good, they would feel better than that. Try it out.
And you'll see. You can make your life something great. Just do something.
Right.
Whatever makes you feel good.
Right.
I repeated myself. I apologize.
Okay. What do we got now?
All right, the next one. All right, we're reading all these, right, John?
Yeah.
This next one comes from Ranma.
Mind you, I'm about to watch this episode, but I'm not feeling these live streams. Is it just me, or does John seem like he's become more and more disinterested in doing the show? Perhaps it's his persona he's trying to portray, but he almost seems bored. I miss the enthusiasm.
I don't really understand it because he says I'm about to watch the episode, but I don't like the episode. Is that what's happening?
I think what this person is saying is that they don't like the episode as much as they like the other episodes.
But he's saying I'm about to watch the episode. I'm about to watch this episode, but you didn't watch it. Am I right?
Yeah,
I mean, he's talking about one from before this one.
Well, no, dude, it's like here's an example.
Yeah.
I love mint chocolate chip ice cream. I think it's the best ice cream ever.
Yes.
And they stopped serving mint chocolate chip, but now they serve cookie dough. It's also good, but I like mint chocolate chip more.
If I was to bring a plate of the new style chocolate chip in front of you, wouldn't you just eat it first and then give your opinion, or would you go, I didn't like the ones before this, but I'm about to watch. I didn't watch this one yet.
He didn't say. This person
All
didn't
right,
say
well,
they
anyway.
didn't like it. They said they didn't like it as much.
But he didn't listen to it yet. Read it. I'm about to watch the
I'm about
episode.
to watch this episode. That's not for the first live
Okay, he's
stream,
talking about
is
a previous show, I think. That he didn't like a previous one, but he's about
he
to
didn't
watch.
like a previous
Well, how do
live
I know if you like this one or not? Because I'm totally confused now.
Well, dude, he said he was gonna watch it, man.
But well, I'd like him to. How did he think of the one that he didn't watch? I'd like to know. Anyway,
He did watch them.
I think you should leave comments on the video that you're actually talking about so I understand it better. But
I
anyway,
understand what he said.
it's all true. It's all put on. What I'm trying to portray here, OJ. I thought about I said, what should I portray? What kind of image should I have? I should be a large-nosed, boring man that sits here very bored week after week, and that's the image that I'm trying to put forth. I think it's working out.
Well, it's
But-
better than.
You know what? Since we've gotten this complaint, I've kind of thought about myself and kind of reevaluated things. And you know what? Maybe I need a little more excitement. I don't do a lot of things usually. I just kind of stay to myself and go to movies like we talked about, watch Ninja Turtles on Saturdays, because I'm like a little child. I need some excitement. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to go bungee jumping, OJ.
What?
Yes. And we have this live stream now, so it will be live streamed.
What?
And what's going to happen is I'm going to get some fireworks. I have some fireworks left over from the 4th of July. All right? And what I'm going to do is I'm going to bungee jump nude. Are you with me still?
Up until nude.
I'm going to go bungee jumping nude. This will be live streamed. I will have several pounds of fireworks stuffed into my anus. And as I plummet to the ground, the rope will pull me up. And as it pulls me up, it will ignite the fireworks. Several thousand pounds of fireworks will shoot from my anus. They will shoot from my anus, OJ, and they will explode. An exciting event. Is that tantalizing enough for you?
I have
Welcome
one
to enthusiasm. Welcome to anal fireworks, OJ.
I have
Excitement.
one.
Are you
piece of
excited?
advice for you.
Woo! We're
Don't-
excited now.
Don't fart and no beans.
All right, well, that's coming soon. Okay,
John.
let's continue. What's the next comment? I know Jay's gonna be the cameraman, by the way.
Okay.
All right.
So, our next comment comes from Hockey Mask 22nd. 27. Dude,
What is his name?
I need a second. Calm down.
What's his name?
The next,
Hockey Mask 27. That's an
the
awesome name.
next comment is from Hockey Mask 27.
Yeah.
Had a rough day yesterday, putting down the family cat of 12. John, why did you put these juxtaposed? I can't stop laughing.
Come on,
This
man.
is so sad.
Be a professional.
I know. Okay. The next comment comes from Hockey Mask 27. Had a rough day yesterday, putting down the family cat of 12 years. She was very sick the last couple of days, and it ended with us bringing her to the vet twice, the last time rushing her there. So in the end, I know it was the best, but it's still sad. I know the show will bring me so much needed laughs. Thanks, Rambo and OJ.
I missed the whole comment. Hold on a second. Okay, that's upsetting. So, put down a cat of 12 years. That's really sad. OJ, I actually put this comment in there because I wanted to talk about your dog you had. His name was Teddy, and he was an awesome dog. And we had several different stories about how he ate entire pizzas and dove from tops of stairs to get sandwiches and things. Are you still there?
Yeah.
Okay.
We lost the stream for a second just now, and now it's playing an ad.
Okay.
For me, but
That's all right. We're still recording, so don't worry about it.
yeah.
So yeah, you had a dog, and I remember at the end it was very sad. I think you were. Where were you? You moved away at this point.
Yeah, I was at school or something.
Yeah, you weren't there at the end, and I went to your house to see him.
You got to see him last before I did.
That's how like connected I felt to him almost. Like he was kind of, don't take this wrong, but I felt like maybe he was a big part of my life too.
He was everyone's.
So I went there to see him before they put him down. But yeah, he was one in a million, I think.
I loved that dog, man. It was so sad. I wished I could have been there.
That's okay.
glad
Well,
that-
you were there for all the good times. It's an important thing.
I was glad that, you got to, at the very least see him before, they had to put him down. It was sad, man.
Yeah.
I mean, if there were anyone who I was glad had gotten to see him, I'm glad it was you. And,
Yes.
I do apologize for my conduct a minute or so ago. It was just so hard getting over the last thing. I think the juxtaposition
Well, it was a little bit of a tough
really
swing.
cruel.
It was a tough swing.
But I understand what you're going through, Hockey Mask, and like.
Yeah, and the pets become part of your family, like a family member.
Yeah,
That's real tough.
It's always hard. I mean, I never felt this bad when I lost a fish. Well, okay, I did a couple times, but it's just different when it's someone you can, hang
Right.
out with. Someone who steals.
This goes
your
back to the
sandwich
earlier
has
comments.
personality.
This goes back to the earlier comments. I'm gonna tie it all together right now. Enjoy things when you have them, and life is short, so you gotta do some anal firework, bungee jumping. Hashtag now trending on Twitter. All right, so I think the stream went down. Are you guys? We're still up now? Are we back up?
Yeah, but my video's gone.
Yeah, I know why. What we're gonna do now, we're gonna have Mr. Viliage is gonna come on. He's got a song performance for us, and then we'll come right back. So let's call him.
Now for the intermission. While we wait for the call.
There we go. Hello.
Hello there.
How's it going, man?
Hey, pretty good.
Oh, what kind of guitar do you got there?
It's a Strat.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Hold on one second. I'm just gonna move some stuff around here. How's your day been today?
Pretty good. Not too exciting.
All right. So what do you got for us today?
I got this song, The Island Part 1, and gonna throw in some other stuff in there.
All right. Hold on 1 second. You want to do a little sound test first?
Oh yeah. Hello.
That should be fine.
John Harrington.
All right, you're good. You're good, dude. All right, take it away, sir. Ladies and gentlemen, the Viliage is upon you. Here he is. Take it away, sir.
I was gonna go to the island, but then I realized it's gay. Go to the island. I was gonna go to the island, then I realized it's gay. Go to the island. You go too far when you say no. Cantaloupes roam over star-spangled banners, and you fall way too soon. Spring is half fun when you laugh and you tatter. 'Cause you fall way too soon. 'Cause you call off your simple hands, and I love you. Thanks.
All right. Yeah. That's the Viliage, ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah.
Sir, very unique, as always, very unique style you have. Can you tell, everyone's asking what the lyrics were. Can you tell us about the lyrics and what the meaning of the song was, maybe?
Okay, the first part, I said I was going to go to the island, but then I realized it's gay. And that was about my friend who moved at one point, and I was like, I just want to go there and hang out with him, but then I was like, but that place is not a good place because nobody's there.
Okay. Wow, very interesting. Good improvisational work. I can't even speak right now. I'm just blown away by your majestic playing. Really cool, man. So, Viliage, check him out. Do you have the YouTube channel? You have a new one now?
Yeah, I'm not sure how it's spelled, but I'll give you guys a link in the chat box.
Okay, yeah, send me the link and I'll definitely link it. I'm a big fan of your stuff, man. I hope you know that. If you ever made something, I'd buy it right away because you're a real talented guy, and we definitely want to have you back. Keep making the songs. And I hope you're going to make some stuff for Schnozman Hole Punch for us, as you did already. But we need some more, so. You're a great guy. So.
Thanks for having me.
All right, buddy. Thank you very much.
sir.
All right, we'll talk to you soon.
See ya.
Bye. That was the Viliage.
Indeed.
Very cool.
Quite a talented young man.
It is very talented. A lot of talented people out there. It's good stuff.
I don't know why they're wasting their time with us, though.
Yeah, you should be on, like, you know, one of those shows that people watch, you know. All right, so we're going to finish out today with Hazard. He went to the, you're like gigantic right now, aren't you? We're gonna finish out with Hazard. He was talking to us about the convention he was going to. He went to the convention. He wants to talk to us about it a little bit. So we're going to get him in right now. Hazard, can you hear me? Hazard!
Hazard, can you hear me? Hazard, can you see me?
Something's happening right now.
Oh no.
Hazard!
Huzzah for the tipper!
Waiting on
I think
Hazard.
it's quite obvious that streams never have technical problems.
Yes,
And
live streaming is a perfect science. Nothing ever goes wrong.
not at all.
I'm going to call him right back.
We were actually planning for this instance so that I could show you all my wonderful eyebrows.
I mean, we're doing so well today. Haz?
See them?
Hold on. OJ, entertain everyone.
Okay. Well, a long, long time ago, in a universe rather close, a place called Naboo was attacking everybody. And they fought with everyone until one man came to save them. One man wearing a raccoon
I had
patch.
my freaking microphone muted the whole time.
Oh! Look who did it now.
Every single show, someone mutes a mic.
So they get to realize
I was there like, oh, I keep leaving the call. What's happening?
everyone gets to see how dumb all of us are now. Because before we seemed so smart, we were just like, okay, we'll just edit it, you know. But now they see how poorly run this is. Hazard, how are you, sir?
I'm really good, thanks.
You have a lovely voice, sir. People tell you that?
The people actually tell me that I have quite a monotone rogue-like voice.
Wow.
You mean like you have a voice like a really hard dungeon crawl where if you die, that's it, game over?
Pretty much.
I was wondering if maybe people thought you had a nice voice where you're from. To us, you have a great voice, but maybe where you're from, they're just like, oh, you're just another guy.
Yeah, like where I'm from, like people don't care, but a lot of people that I talk to think my voice is quite nice. Like on the internet, people who watch my videos and stuff.
Right.
Well, that's good. I can see why
That's-
they say that. You do have a nice voice.
That's because we're American. You wouldn't even know what we got to listen to out there. Some weird stuff going on.
Yeah, does everybody hate the American accent where you are, or?
Actually, it's a funny question. I've watched so much of John's and Phil's stuff that I'm sure I've picked up like quips and mannerisms
Oh no.
For me, that's a bad idea.
from your videos.
That's not good.
Like I say stupid.
You guys don't say that?
Instead of stupid.
Huh, okay.
Oh wow. So
I find if I watch a lot of British shows, like I'll start saying things. People are like, what the hell are you talking about? I'll start saying, different terms. I can't think of any right now, but.
Just
Lori, lift.
So Hazard, you went to the what was the convention called again?
Eurogamer Expo, and it was amazing.
Eurogamer Expo. This was in London.
London, Earls Court Convention Centre from the 27th to the 30th. And
Wow.
it was one of the best 4 days I've ever had. Oh, it was so good.
Excellent.
Is this your first time going to this? You've been there a few times.
No, it's my first time going to a specific convention. It's
Awesome.
It's the only one in the UK now. I mean, there was Game Fest last year, which was run by like a games retailer similar to GameStop. It was like the biggest one in the country.
And they suck.
Yeah, they do suck actually. They went out of business last year and they had to get bought up by another company.
Okay.
But yeah, so they stopped doing that. So now Eurogamer is the only one. But it was amazing, and they had so many cool guests and so many cool games, and it was the best.
All right, tell us a little bit about some stuff you did.
So, probably highlights are probably I went to a Q&A session with Hideo Kojima.
Whoa.
which was so cool.
Yeah, you were telling us about you were gonna go try to go to that. So what was it like? What was the line like to get in? Was it pretty intense?
Yeah, it's a funny story actually. Like, I swear the people who were organizing this don't have any common sense whatsoever.
Sounds about right.
So it's the first day, so it's the first morning. I'm stood there in the queue, ready to get in at opening time, just like, I think of stuff. Right, what am I gonna do first? Because do I want to run and play all the games that are gonna be popular, like so I can get them out of the way straight away. Don't have to queue for them. Won't be as long. Or should I quickly go and check the line for like developer sessions, so I can make sure they're getting for Hideo? And I walk over there, and there's no one there. So I go and play some games. I played Halo 4. I played Black Ops 2. And then I get back there about 12. The Hideo Kojima conference isn't till 2, but yet people already start queuing up. And then I was like, well, that's common sense. People are going to queue up because it's Hideo Kojima. I mean, it's once in a lifetime opportunity, that kind of thing.
Himself.
Yeah. And these people, like whoever was organizing it, just doesn't know a thing, and they didn't realize that Hideo Kojima was going to be a very popular conference.
Right. Who would have thought?
And so they ended up. So I literally sat there for 2 hours, but thankfully, because I waited for so long, like I got really good seat. I think I was like second row.
Right.
Nice.
So yeah, I got to see all the sweat glistening off his forehead.
Well, oh wow. Well, it was glistening off somewhere else, but let me ask you a question, because I don't know. Like the new Metal Gear game is called like Ground Zero or something.
Yes.
Is that for? What is that for? Is that a what system is that? Is that a handheld game?
No one has any idea yet. It hasn't.
Oh.
It's been announced, but it hasn't been announced what system. Although I'm pretty sure that it's going to be next generation just by looking at it.
Yeah, but I couldn't tell. Like, what I was like, is this because it's like Peace Walker? So I'm like, is it a handheld thing, or I'm like, I don't know.
It's definitely a console game.
Okay.
And it's like open world and stuff, and it's like there's multiple open worlds, and you have your own little base.
Okay, yeah. That's cool.
For your base.
I think it's for the Game Boy Advance.
You have a helicopter. You have a helicopter. You can customize the music that the helicopter plays. So, yeah, I think you had Flight of the. That's a really
Flight
popular
of the Conchords. Oh my! No, Flight of the
Conchords.
Valkyries.
Flight of the Valkyries. Yeah, that plays as the helicopter
Apocalypse
pulls
Now.
in. It's amazing.
Oh my gosh, dude! I would either do that or the Final Countdown.
It's the final countdown.
So you sent me some interesting pictures, Has. First of all, very interesting pictures. Of his times there.
Tears.
First of all, he's wearing a StayBallsy shirt the entire time he's there, so the guy's a trooper and he's an amazing person. Thank you very much for doing that. Did anyone say anything about the shirt, or there was no real reaction?
No, there's no real reaction apart from I was just walking through and I had this T-shirt on, and
Yeah.
suddenly these like 4 girls just came over to me, just like, please, take a picture with us.
Wow.
You and your rambunctious sexiness.
That's got nothing to do with the shirt. That's got just because you're a decent looking guy, man. Come on. Do you think it was because of the shirt?
No, it was just
All right.
I just went over and I was like, "Give a picture." And they're like, "Yeah,
Alright.
sure."
Right on.
Nice.
Did you talk to those ladies at all? Anything going on there?
I think they were more for show, to be honest.
Yeah, they didn't really want to be there. Well, I was at E3 and they had these chicks, and I was near the bathrooms, and like they were walking to the bathroom and they were like complaining. They were like, "Oh, did you see that guy? He was gross." I kid you not. They're like, that one guy was gross.
I don't doubt it.
Yeah.
I wonder how much they get paid to do that.
I'm sure it's good.
Yeah.
I think I might have to contact Eurogame myself.
OJ does that sometimes on the weekends. Models. No? All right.
But other things that I did.
Yes.
I went to see Assassin's Creed 3 conference. That was very good. They showed us some stuff that they hadn't shown anyone. So when they were first trying to like sell this idea to the publishers, they made an entire like set piece of like New England like places like Philadelphia, Boston, that kind of place.
Right.
And they were showing it was made out of like just like really high quality like figurines and stuff, and like just like places that they built like scale models.
Huh.
And the funny thing was that they said that it actually cost less to make these really high quality scale models than it did to actually make the whole thing in CG.
Wow.
And then the trailer they showed us eventually, I'm pretty sure you can go and see it. Most of the conferences are at Eurogamer.com not Eurogamer, youtube.com/Eurogamer.
Okay.
So if you want to see any of them.
Let's talk about Assassin's Creed for a second. They announced this DLC. I was
Yeah.
talking to you about it earlier today. OG doesn't know about this probably. Where, correct me if I'm wrong here, but I believe it's like George Washington is the king,
Yeah, apparently George Washington gets drunk with power
and you have to kill him.
and makes
You have to
himself the
assassinate
king.
him.
Well, no one knows about that. It's just that.
I bet you have to assassinate him.
You see, I'm
I
really
would assume.
skeptical. I'm really skeptical because I don't like how they've used alternate reality and alternate history. It's like, when has Assassin's Creed ever done that? Why can't it just be like some weird Templar conspiracy?
It's a glitch inside of the Animus that causes
Didn't they
George
already-
Washington.
Didn't they already set it up so that every time you kill somebody, that person actually died in that place at that time?
What?
I don't think so.
In Assassin's Creed, when you kill people, they're like
No,
a
you're not supposed
specific-
to. You're not supposed to kill random people because then the game will just end.
Specific named characters that you're supposed to assassinate.
No, because that's what you're watching is what actually happened. So what you have to do is they go into it. They have to redo what actually was done.
If check.
Haz, do you understand what he's talking about? Because I don't.
Like, he's saying that, like, when you assassinate like a specific person, so like that, because like most of the named characters assassination targets are actually real, like, historical figures from the
Right.
time.
Yeah.
And so the date and the time and the year that you assassinate them at is saying is probably when they were actually killed or
Yeah, but
died
you
or
can't.
whatever.
You can't alter. You're not altering time in the game. You're just doing
Right.
what actually happened again.
Yes.
Yeah.
And what I'm saying is that it even fits real history a bit.
I don't know if it's real history, but I guess they try to base it on it.
But the point I'm trying to make is that it just seems weird that they're kind of pussyfooting around George Washington when they've made all these weird claims about the Catholic Church and all that jazz.
Well, you killed the Pope in one of the games.
Exactly.
I mean,
In the
look,
church, you
if
go to
one of
the Vatican, you go on the ceiling, you crawl across it, and then you come down and stab the Pope in the face. I was like, wow, that was pretty crazy.
Look, you mess with the Catholic Church, you anger a lot of people. You mess with George Washington, about 3/4 of America spazzes out and will come for your life.
Yeah, but you know, what also is funny is gonna be a whole generation of people that, when you go, oh, Leonardo da Vinci, they go, oh, that's the guy from Assassin's Creed.
Well, Leonardo da Vinci was kind of a unique one because like he's a figure that like everyone's heard of Leonardo da Vinci and everyone knows like, oh, he was an inventor and he was a painter. And I think like Assassin's Creed was really good, literally just introducing you to characters. I mean, Assassin's Creed is like the best history lesson ever.
Yeah, but what I'm saying is, like, you know, some people might get the wrong idea. Like they think these assassins actually were around. You know,
The game is real.
like the teacher's gonna be like, all right, we're gonna teach you about Leonardo da Vinci, and someone's gonna raise their hand and be like, you know,
Guys,
yeah, he was with the
That's the
assassins.
future.
guys, this is the last Starfighter. This is a training simulation to find the best assassins of our generation who will be put into the program and will have to go back in time and do the exact same thing.
All right.
Okay.
Let's move away from this topic, Hazard. What else went on at the convention?
I met Peter Molyneux.
Oh wow, is he crazy?
Yeah, that was
Did
amazing.
you ask him about Milo?
No, I didn't ask him about Milo.
You know what
He
that
doesn't
is,
work for
right?
He doesn't work for Microsoft anymore, does he?
Well,
So-
I asked him what happened to Milo because he was supposed to make this game where a little kid that you like touch him and things, but then they decided not to make the game, and I don't know why.
When's that coming out? I can't wait for that.
When's it coming out? Yeah.
He was talking about because he left Microsoft and he started his new this new developer, and I have to say this dev session was the best dev session of the entire convention, just because of the way it's like he's talking about how like gaming is everywhere now, like it's in tablets, it's in phones, like so many people can game, and
Yeah.
right now they're basically playing shit.
Yeah.
So he had this great idea for all these experiments and stuff, and then eventually the developer's going to make one game. So at the moment they're doing 22 experiments, and then once they've done the 22 experiments, they're going to make one game, and then the studio's going to close. It's the weirdest thing I've ever heard of, but it's really cool.
Yeah.
The guy's a little
first
nutty.
year.
The guy's a little.
That's
Did you like shake hands with him?
Yeah.
Does he have like crazy eyes? I would imagine like you look in his eyes and it's just like insane behind it.
I wouldn't be surprised.
All right.
I don't know.
You didn't notice that though.
I was scared I'd turn to stone.
That.
Well done,
Oh.
sir. Well done. I set you up for that, and you nailed it. Home run.
Yes. I did well in the show for once.
Yeah, always do a good job.
What do you do for once? You do well all the time.
Was there any My Little Pony stuff going on there?
No, there wasn't any My Little Pony stuff going on. There was about 1 million people dressed up as Lara Croft.
Really? Oh, she's coming back.
Oh, I played so many games. I played the new Tomb Raider. I played Dishonored.
Is there any is there any game that we'll talk about in a second? I'm sorry I cut you off. But is there any game in the UK that's like you feel is much more popular there than in the US, or is it just the same?
That's a really good question.
Or any games here that are more popular than you're like, what the hell are you guys playing that for? That game's stupid. It seems like it's all the same now to me, but I don't know.
Yeah, I think it does seem all the same. Like, I'd say like stuff like because major game tournaments only happen over in the US. Like a lot of tournament-based things, like RTSs, like StarCraft 2, that kind of thing.
Right.
It's very much US based. I mean, there's nowhere near the same kind of like atmosphere there is down here that there is over there.
Yeah.
Fighting games are doing pretty well. I mean, like they had a tournament area at Eurogamer, and that was probably one of the most popular places during the conference. I mean, they're playing Super Street Fighter 4 Arcade Edition, and like people were going crazy. Like you could hear them from all the way across the room, and we're talking big room.
Cool. It's always fun. So we're talking about what was the game? I forgot already. Dishonored. Yeah, it comes out next week for. Does it come out next week for you? Because I know you were upset about Borderlands.
Yeah, no, every game is the same. It comes out on a Friday here. And
okay.
It's for stupid reasons, and I'm not going to go into those. I've got an entire video about it.
Yeah, you can find that on Hazard's channel.
Yeah. But I went into it thinking, oh, it's going to be amazing. I came out skeptical. I'll be honest. I came out very skeptical. I think the concept of the game is awesome. That I think it's really poorly executed. Like it seems like they've rushed it out and they haven't worked out all the kinks yet.
It's possible they pushed it out for for the holiday, which makes sense, and and then it won't be as good, and they'll be like Dishonored 2, here it is, it's the real game, or something. I don't know, who knows? But I guess we'll see when it comes out.
I mean, I'm definitely I bought it already.
There you go.
So.
Awesome.
Bought it on Steam, waiting for the download to come, the pre-purchase, and I'll try it because I don't like people that base their opinions off demos, especially when it's that kind of game. Like if you play one level of a demo, that's like it's a really poor thing to base your entire opinion of the game on.
Right.
This 5 minutes.
How's we're gonna wind it down here. Let's ask you, because you've been a big part of the show since day one. You listened to a lot of them, I assume. What do you feel? What's your take on the live show versus the old show thing?
Why'd you have to ask me that?
Because we value your opinion as someone that's been here since before,
Like I was talking to you, like I can understand where people who are, I can understand where people who are complaining in the comments are coming from, because I mean we don't show the chat on this in the live show, and so it can kind of feel a bit disconnected.
Right. Some people feel like they're not being included with everyone else.
I mean, because, like I said, like not everyone can watch a live stream. I mean, I'm up at like 25 to 3 in the morning.
Right.
Now.
Yeah.
Luckily, I don't have anything to do tomorrow, so it doesn't really matter. But and then it's kind of just like a lot of stuff happens. It's really fun, but for someone watching it back, it's like I'm just watching a bit of nonsense.
Watching other people have fun, and I'm not part of the fun.
That is basically the point, like, and I can understand how that's frustrating.
Yeah.
But at the same time, like, I think we should make sure that, the show grew up on YouTube, so we need to make sure that the classic formula doesn't get ruined.
People on YouTube do not want to go. One thing I noticed about YouTube, like the people on YouTube do not want to go to anything else. They're like, what? I gotta click on some other thing. I will not do that. It's just kind of weird to me, but I appreciate that. I think these are really things we're thinking about and stuff. I think what we're gonna do this is for everyone else too. We're not really gonna do the callers as much on the show. What we'll probably start doing is like bring back like a mailbag type of show, and that'll be just all callers. And LG will do that for like an hour or something once in a while. And I think that's a cool thing because I don't know of anyone else, because everyone on YouTube's very like uptight and they're like, wow, you know, they're very protective of like they block people and remove comments and shit. So my idea is like
talk to a commoner like you.
Exactly. So you open up what I felt about was cool about the callers is you open it up where anyone, you don't know who it is, we don't know who they are, we don't know what they're gonna say, and they're right there with you and they can say anything, they can yell at you, hate you, love you, whatever. And I thought that was kind of a attractive thing to me, like an exciting thing. So I think we'll do it in another format in the future. But for now, you know, I think we're just gonna kind of, you know, kind of do our thing old school style, but do it live at the same time.
I'll re-mention what I said to you earlier. I mean, the first step to improvement is change. And
you gotta try stuff, and you can't be afraid. You know, if you're someone that makes things, this goes for everyone. You have to have some courage about it. You have to believe in what you're doing, and regardless of everyone says this will not work, if you believe it will work, then you have to do it. I'm not specifically talking about like the show or anything like that, but just for anything in general, like that you're trying to accomplish, you know. So, Hazard laughs at me.
Hey,
No, I'm laughing at the chat.
What do they say?
Moondog 40 just said except for anal.
Yes. Well, there's always conditions to things. All right, so ladies and gentlemen, we're going to wrap up the show for today. I thought it was pretty good. Hazard, did you like the show?
Oh, I very much enjoyed the show.
Everyone liked the show today?
I loved. I really want OJ's rap as my ringtone now.
Well, it'll be forever captured in the hearts and minds of us all.
Yes.
We learned so much today. We learned about bungee jumping, anal fireworks. We learned about Viliage taught us about the island, and so many other things that will forever will be in all of our hearts. So, ladies and gentlemen, that is it for the show. For Hazard, for Viliage, for Charles Mooney, for OJ, this is John signing off. Thank you for being a part and for listening and watching Genre Presents, the best in free and optional and live entertainment. Good night, everyone. All right, we're done.
Yay!